Hello, welcome back. I actually tried to record this reading, I think like the first week of September. This is the second week technically. And listen, my videos were not uploading, so just took a little break. This is going to be a collective reading for Sagittarius for the remainder of Virgo season. It's funny, some of the cards that came out, I saw like glimpses of it when I was doing a little quick meditation to tune into your energy. So the very first card that came out was actually the Seven of Pentacles, but you feel more like the second card that came out. It feels like you are more in this Page of Pentacles energy, at least right now, maybe for the remainder of Virgo season. And it seems like whatever challenges or changes you might be experiencing, did I say who this is for? This is for Sagittarius. Sagittarius collective reading, remainder of Virgo season. Okay, so back to this. It feels like whatever might have been coming up or has been coming up for you has a lot to do with your confidence and maybe your emotional stability. And I think that this might be showing up for you. It's either reflections on maybe where your energy was spent, where your time was spent, where you might have invested poorly or invested in a manner that didn't give you the reciprocity or the gifts or the abundance that you were looking for. The Page of Pentacles, to me, it feels almost like, besides the fact that the actual pentacle in here is like cut in half, it actually feels more like you might be seeking outside of yourself to feel whole or to feel completion or just to fill you up to some degree. And the card that came out underneath that one is the Knight of Swords, and this is actually the image that I saw when I was doing my quick little meditation. I saw a literal like sword, but I also saw, I don't know what they're called, I also saw like someone trying to like break free from like a wall or break free from their own constraints. And I think that you have the power to do that, but not when you are focusing on everyone or everything around you. It feels like there's a lot of externalizing right now, and it's leading you into a space of maybe, I don't want to say too much reflection, but more something like a rumination. Rumination is more when we get stuck in thinking about the past and we can't move from that. It feels a lot more like rumination than anything. And I think that your higher self knows this, but there's a portion of you that might not be grounded enough for you to be able to kind of snap out of this, but you will be soon. So there's that. What lets me know that this is going to be moving a lot faster than it has felt lately is definitely the Knight of Swords, because here it's almost like passion ignited, creativity ignited, focus ignited. And I think that the focus has been it's been here and there. And then the next card that I got for you was the Knight of Pentacles. This one actually came out in reverse, and I didn't get the feeling to kind of flip it upright. Sometimes they feel like in reverse, a different energy. Sometimes they feel exactly the same. Sometimes I flip them, sometimes they don't. So I just go based off of whatever I feel. But with this Knight of Pentacles, this feels like you have the skill set, you have the tools, you have the wisdom, you have everything that you need to create not only the confidence within yourself, but also the stability within yourself. And I don't think that you've been able to create it. I don't think that you've been able to create it just because, again, that externalizing. And I feel like there is a portion of you that might feel like you maybe are not as mature, as developed, as skilled, something along those lines, in order to go after this or in order to complete this. And that's not true. But the thing is that there is like I think astrologically speaking, Sagittariuses are like maybe like 60 years old or something along those lines. But there's a part of you that maybe is operating, or the part of you that is largely running you, or the age that you were operating out of, your perception is around your teens. So I get the feeling that this might be like maybe like a late teen, like 17 to 19 age. So think back to what might have disrupted your foundations around that time and dig into that. I feel like you might know whatever that's in reference to, but it feels like there's this teen part of you that has been like at the forefront, and this person has been the one who's making all the decisions. And meanwhile, the Knight of Pentacles, this is someone who's more developed, more skilled, clearly very prepared. This is also you, but you don't feel like this right now. I don't think that you believe this about yourself. Think about that. Dig into that. And then with the Seven of Pentacles, this actually felt like the last card that came out for you, even though it was actually the first one. It came out more to the far right. I think that once you start to dig into this, you will be able to weed out any false beliefs, any false or altered like perceptions. I think that you'll be able to really clean up. So the best metaphor that I can give you for the remainder of Virgo season is to truly tend to your garden and your garden only. Do not pay attention to whose grass is greener than yours. It all happens in time, but tend to your garden, whether that be as far as like your relationships, the relationship with yourself, your finances, your career, your friends. Tend to your garden and your garden only. You see how this person is kind of looking elsewhere. He's not paying attention to his garden, and the grass truly is kind of greener on the other side of him, but it's also growing here. It's growing in abundance, it's growing in wisdom and confidence and all of these things, and he doesn't see it. And I think he doesn't see it because, again, this Knight of Pentacles, it feels like really this is all of the wisdom and the skill set that you have, but if you don't believe it, and if there is a much younger version of you, you see how they're kind of like literally at odds. You're not believing it, and there is a need to kind of go backwards, do the introspection, so that you can recognize that both of these energies are very much within you, that you do have the skill set. And it might get a little uncomfortable. Doesn't everything? It might get a little uncomfortable to kind of dig in, but I also think that you'll be digging, you'll be cleaning up, and you will find the gems, the gold that is needed, that you've been really looking for. And you will, instead of looking elsewhere or outside of yourself to kind of fill in these little gaps for you, I think you'll be able to do this for yourself. And there is where everything else will kind of start to bloom. But some things definitely need to fall apart. There are definitely some perceptions that need to be adjusted, or really just reflected upon enough in order for you to integrate what you might have learned in the past that you didn't recognize before. But that's all I have for you today. I think that this is going to be different for everybody. It could be some focus on maybe career only for some, maybe relationships only for some, maybe the relationship only with yourself for some people. So it completely depends, but overall it feels really good. I encourage you to get past some of that discomfort, like allow yourself to set yourself free. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in. I did change my Instagram name, my Instagram and YouTube and TikTok. I'm gonna have to sneeze. Also move through any grief, because I did feel a little bit of that, and my eyes are like a little bit watery. They have no reason to be watering, so I think that there is a little bit of grief around all of these cards that came up here. But anyways, I changed my Instagram, TikTok, and my YouTube name to the Psychotherapist. I actually really like it, so make sure to check that out. Please invite a friend, subscribe. What else are you supposed to do here? Like this.